Hey Bears Nation, just when you thought this season couldn't get any crazier, I've got 3 bombshells that are gonna shake up everything you thought you knew about this team. Heading into the biggest game of the year. First up, there's a defensive coordinator decision that's got all of Chicago on edge. A chess move that could seriously backfire against Green Bay. Then, a heated debate over who really saved this season is splitting the fan base, and the answer is gonna leave you speechless. And to top it all off, just when the secondary looked like it was on the ropes, a comeback is brewing that could flip everything on its head. Under the lights at Soldier Field Saturday night. Don't go anywhere, because every second of this video could be the difference between understanding what's really going on with your Bears or being left in the dark. And if you want this franchise back on top, I need you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. Let's get straight to it. Defensive coordinator Dennis Allen is making a massive mistake with Tyrique Stevenson. And I'm telling you this with full confidence. Look, we need to talk about what's going on in that secondary because none of it makes sense to me. In that embarrassing Week 18 loss to Detroit, Tyrique Stevenson didn't play a single snap. Not 1, 0. And it's not just that game, he's been behind Wright on the depth chart for most of the season. Can you believe that? When Jason Leeser from the Chicago Sun-Times asked Allen about the snap count on Wednesday, the coordinator said Jalen Johnson and Wright are simply playing better football than Stevenson. And I gotta ask, are we watching the same games? Because with all due respect to Allen, and he's earned a lot of it in this league, that take is just flat out wrong. Let me break it down. Yeah, Wright's had a big year when it comes 2 interceptions. Dude probably should have made the Pro Bowl this year. I'm not denying that. He's made some highlight reel plays. But here's the truth nobody in that building wants to admit. Wright is as boom or bust as any corner in the entire NFL. Straight up, when he's making plays, he looks like an all-pro. But when he's not, he's getting torched in coverage. Receivers are running wide open on him, and in the playoffs, against a quarterback like Jordan Love, you can't afford that kind of inconsistency. And here's what really worries me. The entire cornerback room is underperforming compared to what we expected before the season. Jalen Johnson, one of the best corners in the league when healthy, is clearly still banged up. You can see it on every snap. He's not moving like himself. Even C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's still on the injury report with a concussion, has cooled off after a red-hot start. Remember how he opened the season? Dude was everywhere. But now, with the concussion, we don't even know if he'll suit up Saturday. So how can Dennis Allen say with a straight face that Wright and Johnson are clearly better than Stevenson? That just doesn't line up with what we're all seeing on the field week after week. I think Allen's making a critical mistake here. Look, nobody's saying Tyrique Stevenson is going to fix every problem on defense. He's not some magic solution. But I'm telling you this, it makes 0 sense not to get him more involved in the rotation, especially with so much on the line. The Green Bay Packers are coming into Soldier Field Saturday night looking to keep their grip on this historic rivalry. And let me tell you, they're getting healthy at the perfect time. It's like the football gods are messing with us. Jordan Love has had no problem carving up this secondary before. In the 2 regular season games, how many touchdown passes? Over 23 yards did we give up? 4 for long TDs in just 2 games. And Dennis Allen needs to be ready to make adjustments on the fly. Especially when it comes to personnel, he can't be this rigid. Flexibility is everything in the playoffs. Here's my final point on this. Hopefully, the weather plays a role in this wild card game and helps slow down Green Bay's high-flying passing attack. If you check the forecast, it could get messy. And if both teams are forced into a ground-and-pound slugfest in the mud, I truly believe Chicago's chances of pulling off the win go way up. But let me ask you this, and I want you to really think about it. Can the Bears afford to leave talent on the bench in the biggest game of the season? Can they risk not using every weapon they've got against a team like Green Bay? I'm telling you right now, they absolutely cannot. Stevenson's got the talent, the athleticism, and something to prove after riding the bench. And sometimes, a player with something to prove is exactly what you need in a clutch moment. I think Allen's overlooking that. If that shocked you, wait till you hear this. There's a heated debate going on about who was really the most impactful rookie for the Bears this season, and Pro Football Focus's answer is gonna blow your mind. This debate is splitting Bears fans right down the middle, and I've got some strong opinions on it. PFF believes Ozzie Trapilo deserves the nod as the Bears' most impactful rookie. Yeah, you heard that right. the second-round offensive tackle out of Louisiana Lafayette. Let me give you the numbers because PFF's argument is based on this. Trapilo became the starting left tackle in Week 12 and allowed just 13 quarterback pressures during that stretch. 13 pressures over roughly 6 weeks. That's solid, no doubt. His pass blocking grade of 77.7 from PFF during that span was better than every other rookie tackle except for Kansas City's first-rounder Josh Simmons. That helped Caleb Williams operate from a clean pocket 64.8% of the time, 13th best in the entire NFL. So yeah, I get why PFF made the case. The numbers are there. But my gut reaction, really, we're doing this, don't get me wrong, Trapilo's been awesome. The guy's been a total revelation. Locking down the left tackle spot has been huge for the Bears' offense, both now and for the future. It's pretty clear they can cross left tackle off their off-season to-do list. No need to burn a high draft pick or throw big money at a free agent. Trapilo solved that problem. They missed him big time against Detroit in Week 18. And I think that was obvious in Thomas Brown's game plan. He barely called plays to the left side. That tells you how much better Trapilo is than Theo Benedette in pass protection. It's night and day. Has Ozzie Trapilo been valuable to this offense? Absolutely, no question. But here's my issue with this whole argument. Has he been better than Colston Loveland? No way, and honestly, I don't even see how PFF or anyone else can make that argument with a straight face. Colston Loveland looked like the best tight end in the entire league during the second half of the season. I'm not exaggerating. The guy was playing at an all-pro level. He was a crucial part of the Bears' passing attack and became the first rookie to lead the team in receiving yards since Willie Gault back in 1983. Let me say that again because it matters. The first rookie since Willie Gault in 1983. That's over 40 years. And the first rookie tight end to do it since the legend Mike Ditka in 1961. 1961, folks, that's over 60 years. When you're putting a rookie's name in the same sentence as Mike Ditka in Bears history, that means something. That's not just a fun stat, that's franchise history. Trapilo's been great time, not taking anything away from him. But you can't measure the impact Loveland had during the second half of the season. Let me ask you this. Where would the Bears' passing game be without Loveland? I don't know exactly where, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have beaten the Bengals in that must-win game. Loveland torched them 6 catches, 118 yards, to touchdowns, including that heart-stopping 58-yard game winner. I was yelling in my living room when that happened, and I'm positive they wouldn't have gone toe-to-toe in that shootout with the Niners, where Loveland had 6 grabs for 94 yards and a touchdown. The guy was making circus catches, hauling in everything thrown his way. Now, some people might argue Loveland shouldn't get the nod because he didn't break out until the Bengals game. I guess you could make that case, but then I ask, who else are you giving it to? Because by that logic, Trapilo didn't start until Week 12. Kyle Monange, the rookie running back, had just 22 carries in the first 6 weeks. Luther Burden III, the rookie wideout, had only 13 catches in the first 10 weeks. The Bears' roster depth gave them the luxury of easing their rookies in, and they're better off for it long term. That's the sign of a well-run organization that's not desperate to throw rookies into the fire. For me, and I feel strongly about this, the choice for most impactful rookie is crystal clear. Colston Loveland, period. No debate. That said, and this is important, the fact that you can make a legit case for multiple guys, including a 7th rounder like Monange, is a huge credit to Ryan Poles and his front office for absolutely crushing the 2025 draft, and it's also a big-time shout-out to the coaching staff, especially on offense with Thomas Brown calling the shots. The future in Chicago is looking real bright, folks. But let me ask you this and drop your answer in the comments. Are we giving credit where it's really due? Or are we letting PFF stats cloud our judgment about who truly made the biggest impact on the field? But now, here's where things get really wild. Just when they need him most, just when the secondary is at its most vulnerable, there's news of a return that could change everything for this Bears defense. And I'm telling you, the timing couldn't be better. Defensive coordinator Dennis Allen basically confirmed the return of his star nickel corner during Wednesday's press conference. According to ESPN's Courtney Cronin, Allen said Kyler Gordon will be part of the game plan for Saturday night's historic showdown with the Packers at Soldier Field. Let me give you the full context here, because it's important to understand why this return is such a big deal. Gordon was originally set to return back in Week 14 Everything was lined up, he'd been practicing, feeling good, but then, during warm-ups right before the first Packers game, he aggravated his groin. Injury. That was brutal. Everyone thought we'd have him back for that crucial game. And then boom, he goes down again in warm-ups. That's the kind of bad luck that makes you question everything. Gordon's only played in 3 games this season because of lingering lower body injuries. 3 out of a possible 17. That's rough for a guy who's the highest paid nickel corner in the league. But here's the stat that changes everything. The Bears' defense plays significantly better when Kyler Gordon is on the field. The numbers back it up. His presence in the slot changes the entire dynamic of the secondary. With C.J. Gardner-Johnson out with a concussion, and the rest of the secondary playing flat-out bad football. Lately, Gordon is an instant and much-needed boost at the perfect time. If Gordon feels good in practice Wednesday and Thursday, and all signs point to that, then the league's highest-paid nickel corner will be back on the field Saturday night. Under the lights at Soldier Field, Jaquan Brisker, the Bears safety, said it best when asked about Gordon's return. "Check this out. It's huge. That's Spider-Man. He can blitz, whatever. He can cover. We've got a lot of energy in the secondary, especially with him and me out there. It's dangerous. So it's gonna be great. Spider-Man, that's the nickname they gave him because of his freakish athleticism and ability to be everywhere at once. And honestly, it fits perfectly." Jalen Johnson, the Bears' all-pro corner, also spoke about what it means to have Gordon back, and this matters. Coming from Johnson, it would mean a lot. You want as many high-level guys as you can get. I know he's one of those guys. For us, if that's something he can do, we're definitely looking forward to it. His teammates trust Kyler Gordon in the slot because of his elite athleticism and football instincts. He's a key piece of a third-down defense that ranked second in the league through the first 8 weeks. So what happened? They fell all the way to 22nd by season's end. And you know what the biggest difference was? Injuries in the secondary, especially Gordon's absence. Now, I gotta be real with you because I always keep it honest. A groin injury in just 3 games played this year could mean Gordon comes back at less than 100%. Just like Jalen Johnson clearly hasn't been at full strength. But Dennis Allen said in his press conference that he expects a significantly bigger role for Tyrique Stevenson this week, and that getting Gordon back means the original defense is close to being whole again. Allen was clear about his expectations. Obviously, it's been unfortunate that we haven't had him much this season, but he was the guy that, coming into the year, we were really excited about. And I feel like he can help us make some plays and help us win. That last part is everything. Help us win in the playoffs. That's all that matters. Now, let's be real about the situation. This isn't the same secondary that started the season back in September. And they're definitely not 100% physically. Nobody's pretending they are. But they'll go to war with what they've got and try to slow down Green Bay's speedsters way better than they did in the regular season. And let me remind you how bad that was. They gave up for touchdown passes of 23 yards or more in just 2 games against the Packers for long touchdowns. That's unacceptable at any level, but especially against your most hated rival. I'm telling you this with full conviction. Kyler Gordon's return comes at the perfect time. It's like fate is finally throwing the Bears a bone. But here's the billion-dollar question we're all asking. Will it be enough to slow down Jordan Love and those speedy Packers receivers? Can a not quite 100% Gordon make the difference against the passing attack that's torched us twice this year? I think he can. I think just having him out there changes the game plan for Green Bay. They've got to account for him. They've got to adjust, and that alone is valuable. So let's recap what we just covered in this video, because these 3 stories are all connected in a way that could define the entire Bears season. First, we've got Dennis Allen making some questionable calls with the cornerback depth chart, specifically keeping Tyrique Stevenson on the bench while inconsistent guys like Nash and Wright get all the snaps. That's a major concern heading into the playoffs. Second, there's a legit and fiery debate over whether Colston Loveland or Ozzie Trapilo should be named the Bears' most impactful rookie. And while PFF says Trapilo, I'm telling you Loveland has been way more valuable to this team. And third, the massive return of Kyler Gordon just in time for the biggest game of the year against Green Bay. Spider-Man is back, folks, and that could change everything. I guarantee you listen closely tomorrow, we'll have more breaking Bears news. The lead up to this Green Bay game is bringing new info by the hour, and you do not want to miss what's coming next for Chicago in these playoffs. This is our shot to show the entire world, the whole NFL, that the Chicago Bears are officially back. That the era of mediocrity is over, that Ryan Poles built something special here. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Should Dennis Allen give Tyreek Stevenson more snaps against the Packers this Saturday? Yes or no? Make your case. Do you think Colston Loveland deserves the nod as most impactful rookie over Ozzie Trapilo? Tell me why you agree or disagree. Will Kyler Gordon's return be enough to slow down Jordan Love and that Green Bay passing attack? Or do we need more than just him back? Drop your answers in the comments because I genuinely want to know what this community thinks. Your opinions matter and I read every single one, and if you haven't already, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed yet, it's time to join this Bears family. Hit that subscribe button now because we don't miss a single thing happening with our Chicago Bears. This is more than a YouTube channel. This is a community, a family that lives and breathes navy blue and orange every single day of the year. We're the voice of Bears fans who are done with the fluff and want the real story. Bear down, Chicago. I'll see you in the next video with more breaking Bears news. And remember, Saturday night at 7:15 p.m., it's all or nothing against Green Bay at Soldier Field. Let's show those Packers who really runs the NFC North. This is our house. This is our moment. Bear down.